Hello, hi. My name is Raymond Ng. I am the Director of Education over at Monteca International Play School, and I am also your host for the Parent Info session today. Today's date is March 20th, 2020, and our topic of this week is going to be about the Montessori Infant Mobile Series. The target audience for this live seminar today will be parents-to-be and also new parents. Mainly the infant mobiles that we're going to be dealing with, talking about today. It's mainly for the first 3 months of the infant's life. And then we're also going to be talking about the parent workshops that we're going to be hosting, specifically for these infant mobile series, and also just some updates on what we're doing here at Monteca International Play School. Okay, so let's get started. Montessori infant mobiles. What are these things? There are many different types of mobiles on the market. Basically, there are things that hang above the crib of your baby's crib. So it sort of just distracts them, and they mostly have a lot of colors. They may have sounds, and there's no general purpose for it besides just sort of distracting your infant and giving something for them to just look at, kind of thing. So as you know, infants are mostly on their backs in the first little bit of time when they get home, and they're in their cribs. And so what the Montessori Infant Mobile is combining both the typical mobile and a learning experience all together. Okay, they look very similar to the ones that you would be able to find in the market, except these ones are specifically designed with specific goals. Okay, the main benefits of these infant mobiles are it strengthens vision, it strengthens concepts such as a sense of order. They help the infant develop a tracking skill, and also just tap into a little bit of a mathematical mind. Okay. So now these mobile infants, they should be presented before the infant can actually reach out to grab things or intentionally grab it. But regardless, they should be hung at a very safe distance that they cannot touch, but they'll still be able to focus. Okay. So there are 4 mobiles that we're going to be talking about today, and these are in very specific orders. The purpose is to strengthen an area for the infant developmentally before moving on to the next one. And like I mentioned before, all of these mobiles are designed to work with the infant the first 3 months of their lives. And but I want to also mention, do follow the time frame somewhat loosely, because in Montessori we always do follow the child. So we always follow their interests and their path of learning, instead of okay, it's 8 weeks, we must switch to the next mobile. So it's not like that. But what we should do as educators or parents is to really observe to see when they actually lose interest in a particular mobile. Okay, so the first mobile I want to introduce to you today, it's called the Minari Mobile. It's the first mobile to be presented. It's the first one in order as well. It should be presented to an infant at about 3 to 6 weeks. Okay, 3 to 6 weeks. So let me show you a demonstration of our Minari Mobile. Okay. So a little bit of wind here, so it's not really balancing properly. But essentially this is what it looks like. It's very specifically designed and it's balanced. Okay. So again, these mobiles should be hung at as close as possible, but out of reach. Okay. Interesting fact, infants actually at this stage, they can see approximately 30 centimeters away, and they can focus on things that are only within 30 centimeters. And coincidentally, that's also around the same distance from a mother's eyes to her breast as well. So there is definitely a connection there, right? So this mobile is designed to capture the infant's very limited visual capabilities and to stimulate sort of an inherently mathematical mind and sense of order. Okay, the black and white that you saw earlier on of the shapes are two-dimensional, and it balances off a very precise formula actually to the glass sphere that you saw earlier on as well. Okay, so the purpose of this one is that the counterbalance rhythmic movement of the whole mobile itself is to develop the skills of focusing on and tracking a specific object. Okay, so that's the Minari Mobile. The next one, we have the Octahedron Mobile. This is the second mobile that we're going to be introducing. This is normally introduced around when the infant's about 5 to 8 weeks. At this stage or this age, the infant starts to perceive colors. Okay, as we know, red is easiest to see. So for the Octahedron Mobile, we choose the primary colors as well. So red, blue, and yellow. Okay, so let me show you an example of this. Okay, so obviously octahedron, meaning 8 sides, oct. This is the foundation. So this actually allows the infant, let me see if I can get a better angle here. Yeah. So it allows the infant to build a foundation for a more geometric characteristic of these shapes, you know, such as proportions, relations, and also patterns even, right? As you can see from these octahedrons, the reflective qualities also promote active focus and concentration as well. Okay. And the next one, the third mobile, is named the Gobi Mobile. This is normally presented to infants at around 7 to 10 weeks of age. Let me just show you first an example of what it looks like. So as you can see, it's a very beautiful mobile. Okay. So this is what it looks like. You can see it properly here. Okay. So at this stage of the infant, they have probably developed the ability to perceive very subtle changes in colors. So different shades of blue or different shades of yellow or different shades of gray. They're starting to see different shades. So the purpose of this Gobi Mobile is to demonstrate from darkest to lightest. Okay, it's hung at a specific 45-degree angle. And it also starts to introduce a sense of depth to the infant. So you can imagine, you know, an infant lying down, looking up at this. You know, they'll be able to identify through the darkest color first, and as it goes on to lighter. Okay. Last but not least, we have the Dancer Mobile. The Dancer Mobile is the last mobile in the series, and this is generally the 8 to 12 weeks mark. Okay, let me just give you a demonstration of what it looks like. So these are all DIY projects, so I kind of just made them on my own. Just to show you, sort of looks like that. Okay, it's very lightweighted. Okay. Okay. So at this stage, the infant, their color vision is fully developed. The special thing about this Dancer Mobile is that it's made out of holographic paper. The good thing about holographic paper is, first of all, it's lightweighted, so it moves around naturally with the general air circulation in your home. You don't have to specifically put on a fan or anything. It moves on its own, basically. And the reflection of colors really do attract the infants, okay? And the purpose of this mobile is to further enhance their depth perception, and it focuses on a lot of dynamic and moving objects, okay? So let's have a summary. So basically we talked about 4 mobiles today. The Minari, the Octahedron, the Gobi, and the Dancer Mobile. Okay, so let me just give you a quick demonstration of all 4 again. So this is the Minari Mobile. Okay. then we have the Octahedron. Okay. Okay. And then the third one, we had the Gobi Mobile. This one's actually pretty big. So I'm trying to sit back and... Okay. As you can notice, I do try to find the same shade of blue, but unfortunately, it's not always easy to find specific color streams in the shops. So you get something as close as possible. I've seen it with green, I've seen it with yellow, I've seen it with gray as well. Okay. And last but not least, we have the Dancer Mobile. So it looks like this. Okay. Okay. Thank you. So just wanted to friendly remind everybody that the times that are suggested with these mobiles are merely suggestions. Okay. Always remember to observe when your child loses interest and always follow that progress instead. Every child is unique, so these times cannot be sort of a one-size-fits-all thing. Everybody will be different. Every child will be different as well. Okay. So the point of these mobiles mainly is to educate and train your infant's abilities right from the very, very beginning. Okay. Instead of just getting some mobiles you can get off the stores where they make sounds and different colors, and they may have different objects on them. This might even serve as a distraction more so. Not to say that those are ineffective, but instead it's more so to do with how can you benefit the most from infant mobile. Okay. So what I want to do to introduce right now is that at Monteca International Play School, we do plan to open up some parent workshops. Now these workshops are obviously for parents, as they're parent workshops. And the reason for that is when I made these mobiles, I realized a few things. Materials are very difficult to gather. I had to run through quite a few shops to get everything. So at this parent workshop, we'll be able to provide all those materials for you. And also the quantity of the material. If you're going to make one mobile, the chances are you're only going to need one mobile, one of every type anyway. You're not going to need a whole bunch of yarn or a whole bunch of styrofoam balls, but the quantity is also something to consider. And this is I believe this project is very interesting to a lot of parents as well, because it's sort of a DIY project that you can sort of prepare for your loved ones, and there's actually a lot of monumental value to them as well. Okay. So stay tuned, and we will update you guys more with our parent workshop days as well. So with the current situation with, of course, the COVID-19, we will be resuming our classes at a later date, which is the week of April 6th. Throughout that time, we're still going to be posting daily activities to do at home, which covers the 5 main learning areas of Montessori. Monteca International Play School will remain open at these times for inquiries and enrollments. We have new programs launching, such as the Toddler Independence and the CASA Independence, which is coming up very soon as well. In addition, we have our extracurricular programs, of course. Our book club, our kids cooking class will be up for enrollment as well. So spots are limited, so call us and we'll set something up for you. Okay. We do plan to have a lot more events to happen at Monteca International Play School, so stay up to date for that. Follow our Facebook, follow our Instagram for more updates and promotions, and we can get in touch that way. So for next week's topic, we're actually going to be, I'm actually going to carry out a live tour of Monteca International Play School for you, just so you can see what we are actually about, putting all those theories and words and lives into reality. You'll be able to see the whole environment here, and how we have prepared the perfect environment for learning for your kids. In addition, I also want to emphasize that during this live tour, I also want to be showing showcasing to you that we're taking all the safety and health precautions to prevent any sort of disease and stuff like that, and keeping this place in a hygienic state. Okay, so until next week, my name is Raymond Ng. I'm the director here at Monteca International Play School, and I will see you next week.